All right, what's up guys? It's been a couple days since I tried to make this pallet buster, which did not work. This is off of this is like bicycle. This was actually a Razor scooter, but this is like bicycle tubing. It's very thin, and it didn't hold. So, went to my local scrap yard, and I grabbed this. So it's pretty heavy duty. This is like that black tubing you'd get that's very expensive, but because it was scrap, I got it by the pound. It was only 70 cents a pound, and 20 pounds worth, so it only cost me $14. Now I put this, you can see this is a tube right here, and this is another tube. Now the reason why I got two tubes, because I really wanted to reinforce this piece. After seeing that one, how it bent, pretty heavy. After seeing how that one bent, I don't want to have that issue again. So I'm going to cut it off about right here. About it. Pretty good size. Should be able to get on the ground, should be able to move. A lot of dirt in there right now. So I've had this piece of steel right here. It's pretty close to about a 1/4 inch thick, maybe 1/8 inch, 3/8, I'm not sure. Definitely not 3/8, might be a 1/4 inch, but it's pretty good. And if I set this thing up to be approximately 2 to 3 inches long, I should be able to get something that'll set under a piece of board and be able to pull it. Might even go a little longer than that. It's going to be my roller part that's going to be like the 2x4 area. This is the part that's going to go on there. Alright, so that's going to fit like that. Just extra reinforcement for it. I'll be able to weld this right onto there. Alright, so I'm going to get these, and we're going to weld these things together right now. I use the gasless welder. It's got the flux core, and I use the .035 or the 0.9 millimeter size. And I got my that's nice. It's all right. I'll be able to push that out. But I got my flux core stuff from Amazon, and this I got from Harbor Freight. And the nozzle that I got for Harbor Freight, when the piece came as a 035, the nozzle wouldn't hold this 035, so I actually had to go on Amazon and get new nozzles, which actually hold this perfectly fine. So if you got the Harbor Freight piece and you're going to get these from Amazon, get new nozzles too. Looks like that it's like 1/8 inch right there. Okay, so 1/8 inch deal. So you get one of these flux core. On the inside here gives you indicators on the size of the welding wire, and then like what speed and what voltage you should be using. I'm using .035 right here, or 0.9 or 0.9 millimeter, but my wire speed, which is the top number, which is 7, and then my voltage, which is the bottom number, was E.5 or E.5. So here's E.5, or halfway between E and F is E.5, and my wire speed is going to be 7. So I'm going to clean off a little spot over here. It's a little dirty, but it's welding pretty strong. All the way through. Ran a bead the best I could there. Another bead here. one there, and then one on that side. So, all right, so now I gotta go do some photography, go sports, and then in a couple seconds, I will be back. All right, we're back. It's a little bit colder, and I just got done shooting a girls' lacrosse game. Sports. It's all even. Like, you can't see where the weld begins or ends, so that's a pretty good weld. You know, I'm not a master welder. I don't claim to be. That's good weld. This flat part right here that I ground is gonna set flat on this. And I'm gonna make a weld all the way around it. The top, bottom. You want this to be nice and solid. So it's gonna be solid down. This will be a solid piece here. But I gotta be able to get a place for this here to come out like forks, so I can get that under. So I need this to come down, and then we'll have a piece that comes out like that. To be 1.5 inches wide. Down from this point here is also 1.5 inches. As you can see right there, 1.5 inches, okay? Which means I need to make a 3-inch piece. 1.5 inches will be on this part, and then I need 1.5 inches farther down. 1.5 inches. Give us a square line. Then we'll just set this on that line. Together? Yes, it is. Very good. Alright. You can see welds look pretty decent. That last part was right here. It seemed like it wasn't hot enough or something. But I think maybe because it was just, may have been dirty. The welds on that one, 2 complete pieces, opposite of each other. So that way we can go on the opposite sides. We're actually going to go this way. I want that to be even, or we can set it back a little bit, just a little. We'll set it back just a little bit. That way, the stick is just slightly backwards. We gotta get to the other side. Hot on my hand. Let me get this quick. Yeah, close enough. All right, I got to get this piece to connect here. This flat surface here will go up against this flat surface here. To there. There we go. She's a beaut. Let's see if that oh, that's pretty decent weld. Not bad. There we go. Got it all closed up. Alright, let's drop a pallet here. Let's check it here. Yeah, let's stand over here. It's good. Oh, she works. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, sir. We'll grab this one over here. Oh yeah. Sweet. Bring it backwards a little bit. Alright. We are. That's what I needed right there. Good. There's that. There's that. And not a broken piece at all. Very good. This will be a little bit harder because we're on the so this part right here will be a little more difficult, and I think what I'm going to do is I'll have to fabricate a piece of wood that can go in between the piece here and here. If I grab a piece of wood here and put it right here under that, put these two right there, and I can get under here, get this thing to get started. It's going. There it goes. But if I go here like this, what's going to happen is it's going to push with just those sharp ends, and it'll split the wood, which I'll show you on this one because this one's broken anyway. If I had somebody or something to stay on this side, we would be able to, yeah, see, like that. So it split the wood. Because this is low, it'll make up for that. Woo! Almost got myself. So it's easier if you have somebody. You gotta hold it. There we go. Popped it right out. I got all these boards now that are ready. It won't. I mean, you got boards now. So I made this piece, this thing here. Like I said, on this back side, probably later on I'll round this off just so it can get in between the boards a little better. But even then, I could just start off on the end and then work my way over. I've got this piece which is rounded. You can see it's rounded here. And that way, when it's on the piece, it just rolls on the board. This part here goes under the planks. I welded them together, as you could see. I have pretty thick. I'm gonna say this is probably 2-inch OD outer diameter, and I'm gonna say this one looks like maybe 1.25 inches outer diameter. Shove this in through this piece so that way I've got really good it's like reinforced. I'm pretty sure this inner piece goes down to about here, or maybe even farther. Cut this off, welded it together, made it nice shiny, completely enclosed. And next thing to do would be to clean up the whole thing and probably paint it black or something like that, so that way it doesn't rust all up. But other than that, it's pretty good. I might even put like some type of a grip right here for this. And another thing would be, I've seen people put holes in here on these ends, and then they put like these little movable, like you might call it like a bridge or whatever. And that way then when you get down there, it levels off and pushes up when you're pushing on this thing, which would be a pretty good design. So might do that later on, but till then, this is a good deal. Worked out for me. $14 for these two things. The other stuff I already had on hand, but if you were to buy all of this, I would say you'd probably be about 20 bucks from the steel scrapyard for that piece of metal right there. That was pretty heavy duty, and total 20 bucks, probably about 20 bucks for that. And then I had the Harbor Freight welder and the welding wire. That's all I have invested. If you guys feel like this was worth watching, and if you made it to this far, appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you need tutorials on photography or maybe some woodworking stuff. Leave a comment, subscribe, leave me a message, like it, share it with somebody who needs to know how to make a pallet buster. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.